Hey, this is Linus, what's up? My YouTube friend Canoopsy and me have covered top 5 budget smartphones in the video on his channel, and you should definitely check it out. All the links will be down below in the video description. We agree that some phones made by Xiaomi, Lenovo or Zuck offer probably the best value for your money. However, there are so many alternative options that are worth your attention if you don't want to spend hundreds for a top-shelf flagship. Just before we start, I have made detailed reviews of each phone. Again, all the links will be down below. Canoopsy and I talked a lot about Xiaomi and their Redmi 4 series. If you still think that those phones are too expensive, the Xiaomi Redmi 4A costs below $90 US, but it still brings a lot of value. Well, you won't get that premium metal shell, but the phone is well built and sits nicely in the hand since it's very compact due to its 5-inch 720p display. The panel may not be the sharpest out there, but it's definitely not bad for such a cheap phone. Just like the Redmi 4 or the Redmi 4X, the phone runs on the Snapdragon 425 chip that is not the most powerful on the market, but it assures a smooth day-to-day performance of the feature-packed MIUI 8. If you tend to take most of the pictures in daylight, you will be happy with the results that come out of the 13 megapixels camera. The Redmi 4A has a 3120 mAh battery that performs great. As always, the battery life may vary significantly, but under my usage, I could get over 6 or even 7 hours of screen on time, which is just a fantastic result. A few shortcomings include a plasticky build that I already mentioned, the lack of the backlit capacitive keys, and there is no fingerprint scanner. The more expensive Redmi 4 or Redmi 4X are better options, but if you're on a very tight budget, the Redmi 4A is still a decent offering despite a few shortcomings. Maze is a newcomer to the smartphone game, and they have made one of the best looking budget phones, and you can now get it for just $99 US. We have glass on the front and rear, metal chassis, metal buttons, and the phone looks much more expensive than it is. Also, I like a sharp 5.5-inch 1080p display, good day-to-day performance, a decent camera for the price, and a pretty good battery life. Obviously, you should consider some caveats like rattling volume rocker, mediocre gaming, and low-light camera performance, but in general, the Maze Blade is a decent offering for the price, especially if you manage to get it for as low as $99 US. If you are not a fan of Xiaomi, Meizu is another Chinese phone maker that produces high-quality stuff. The M5 Note costs just about $150 and it is one of the best budget devices the company has to offer. It all starts with a great design and a flagship-grade build quality. Just look at it, the phone is made entirely of metal, a silver aluminum finish does not attract fingerprints and smudges quickly, and the phone feels nice in the hand. I also love a nice and sharp 5.5-inch 1080p display and fast and accurate fingerprint scanner, which doubles as the only navigation key. It can be either physically pressed or just tapped if you want to use it as a back button. I have always loved the Flyme OS because of the way it looks and works. It has some nice customization options and the day-to-day performance is just great. Other cool features include one of the best-in-class camera that can take great pictures, a very good battery life thanks to the 4000 mAh unit, and a quick charging feature. However, the Meizu M5 Note comes with a MediaTek Helio P10 chip, which is not designed for hardcore gamers. Also, the phone ships with the outdated Android 6.0 out of the box, and just like most of the budget phones, it still uses micro USB port, not the USB Type-C. Still, the Meizu M5 Note is a great option if you don't mind these shortcomings. The Leica Lemax 2 is a bit more expensive phone as it costs almost $200, but it is one of the best and one of the most powerful smartphones for the price. It is made entirely of metal and it is designed for those who love phablets since it has a 5.7-inch 2K resolution display which is very sharp, vibrant, and it has a decent sunlight legibility. Even though the Llamax 2 was released quite a while ago, it still has amazing specs for the price, like a Snapdragon 820 chip, 4GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. If you're willing to pay more, you can opt in for the top shelf 6GB model with 128GB of storage. The phone is very fast on the daily basis and it handles all the 3D games without any issues. Other cool features include a powerful 21 megapixels camera that can take great looking pictures, a fast fingerprint scanner, and some extras like the IR blaster. However, the phone lacks the microSD card slot for storage expansion, the volume rocker rattles quite a bit, and most importantly, the phone lacks the traditional 3.5mm headset jack. Even with these shortcomings, the LeEco Llamax 2 is an easy buying recommendation considering how much value you get for the price. A few honorable mentions include a super cheap Leegu M8 Pro that is built like a tank. It has 5.7-inch display, a dual camera setup, 4G networking, and decent specs for just about $80. Sure, there are some trade-offs like a reflective display once you use it outdoors or the lack of the notification LED light, but at the end of the day, the Leegu M8 Pro is still a great offering for just over $80 US. If you think that neither the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 or Redmi Note 4X are powerful enough, the Redmi Note 3 Pro is still a great option for the price of about $160, even though this phone was released quite a while ago. One of the key selling points of this phone is the Snapdragon 650 processor that can handle even the most demanding tasks like 3D games with just a few skipped frames. Sure, it has a few shortcomings that I cover in detail in my full review, but I can still recommend this phone. So these are awesome budget phones that I can definitely recommend you to buy, but make sure to check out our collaboration video on Canoopsy's channel where we cover some other amazing budget phones. It was Linus, thanks for watching, and as always guys, if you liked the video please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any questions please drop me a comment down below. Also, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and follow TechLineHD on Facebook, Twitter or Instagram. See you soon.